Anchors up, sells at full. Welcome to the SloopCast. How are you doing today, Kyle?
Doing all right, Jared. Doing all right. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. All right. New tradition, good tradition. And speaking of traditions, Kyle, how many years now have we been doing not just Austin's over-unders, Austin says 5, but also Austin's season-long over-unders as a vehicle for little preseason talk. Austin says 5.
I was gonna guess like 4.
He is our lore master general. As not only is he our over-unders guru, but he is also our lore master general. He says first one was in 2021. So there you go.
Nice.
There you go. Asked and answered. Hey, chat, what do you think of our new frame? This is our new frame. What do you think? Video, YouTube folk, what do you think of our new frame? He also wants everyone to know he is a ball knower. So we got that going for us.
We got a lot of questions, Jared. Lot of questions. How many do we have? We have 27.
27. That's a peculiar number.
That is a peculiar number, but let's just go ahead and jump right into it.
I would like to say, for the record, I have read none of these ahead of time.
Same here. I've only copied and put them into a table format, put them in the show notes, and that's all I've done. So, so here we go.
All right.
First one, James Peoples, rushing yards. He has over under 1,112 and a half.
Really, I mean, it's solid.
Specific.
It's a very solid number, I say. A lot of it will obviously depend upon health. It'll depend upon the split. Like, is it going to be like 50-50 with Donaldson? Because while I like Donaldson and I like Peoples, this isn't going to be Henderson and Judkins.
Before you answer, Austin does bring up a good point here. All these over-unders is for the regular season, so 12 games, through 12 games.
Sure. So I think there's just a lot of unknowns. Health is an unknown. The level of split is an unknown. I will say I do expect the offensive line to be much better this year, so that's an advantage. You know, even though I don't. Peoples and Donaldson, and I don't want to be disrespectful because I think they're going to be good this year, but you don't get Henderson and Judkins every year. Like that's an insane combo, and they aren't that. So I'm gonna go under here.
I agree. I'm gonna go under as well. I just think the split is gonna be too much, and I love James Peoples. I love the running backs here at Ohio State, but that's just a lot. That's just a lot, and unless he just has just a crazy year, which we've seen a number of running backs over the years at Ohio State, just all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, and they just have a spectacular first year, like official first year as like taking the bulk of the carries. But I'm just going to go with under here.
Okay.
All right, Sonny Styles, the Block O recipient.
Yes, newly minted.
Total tackles again through 12 games is set at 92 and a half.
That's, I mean, it's totally achievable. It's a good number. I wonder how. So, okay, so here's the problem. One, there's a lot of talented people on this defense. it's almost more
So
difficult. It's almost more difficult to get a ton of tackles on a really talented defense. Go ahead.
You want to guess how many tackles he had last year?
How many?
Just take a guess.
Just tell me.
100.
Right. A lot of it will depend upon defensive tackle play, because that keeps the blockers off of him.
But that is through 16 games though, as well.
Correct. Absolutely. I just don't see it being that big of an increase over last year. Because I'm not going to ask you to find out what his tackle total was through 12 last year, but it probably wasn't 92 or 93, I guess is what you would need. He picked those. Austin says it was 78. Austin has the number apparently. I just don't see it being that big of an improvement because I don't
76.
see these teams. Whatever. I don't see these two teams, or I don't see this team versus last year's team taking. I don't think it'll be as good as last year's defense, but I also don't think it'll be statistically that much worse. I don't think they're going to be on the field a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of talented guys around him that will be getting tackles instead of him. It's almost easier, like I was saying before, to get a ton of tackles on like a medium defense. Because you're on the field more, because you're competing with your own teammates for tackles. So I'm going to go under here.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're going to go under as well. Like 100. Usually when you have that many tackles, it's you're having to you're like the guy. You're the guy making plays. You have to make plays to keep the defense off the field. And Sonny Styles doesn't really need to do that. He's got other playmakers on the field there.
He is the guy, but he's not the guy. As in,
he's not the only
guy.
guy. Like we've seen other teams where like the middle linebacker or a safety or defensive end is the one that's making pretty much all the plays or most of the plays to get the defense off the field. Sonny Styles isn't really going to need to have to be that guy.
You know who racks up a ton of tackles? Like a middle linebacker or a safety who is an NFL, like a future NFL guy, but plays on a MAC team. That dude racks up tackles. Because, again, it's not a race to the ball carrier. He's the guy making tackles. And his team potentially, playing the level of competition, blah, 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 but is going to be on the field more. That's the type of guy who racks up an insane number of tackles traditionally.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what was his name? This was years ago when Braxton Miller was quarterback. Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Buffalo Bulls defensive end Mack.
Yeah.
Having to make all the kind of plays, getting up interception, a pick six, getting multiple sacks, the difference maker. Like Sonny Styles doesn't have to be that kind of guy.
I agree.
So I'm going to go under as well. Yeah. All right. Atkinson and Hicks, tackle for loss and sacks combined at 15.5.
Hicks, tackles for loss and sacks. Hicks probably not the starting. I mean, I don't know. I think they'll both be in heavy rotation. I think is all that really matters. I don't know. Because I think both of them are going to be on the field like 50-50, right? With their defensive end counterparts. Atkinson's going to be splitting not carries, but snaps. and so is Hicks.
Mm-hmm.
The TFLs really help carry this, though. I'm going to say over. If it was just sacks, I'd say under, but the TFLs will probably get them there.
Yeah, I'll go over as well too. I think if you're including tackle for losses as well too, yeah, I'll go with over. Again, I'm not they're not the same, but if you look at JT, Tuimalau, and Jack Sawyer for what they've had for sacks and tackle for losses combined, double that. They doubled that, but
yeah,
they're not Jack and JT, but I think they can.
And they also aren't going to get the same number of snaps as Jack and JT got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's the biggest part.
All right, so we both went over for that one. All right, Carnell Tate, who I think is going to be an absolute stud this year. I know everybody's looking at number 4, but I think Carnell Tate's. Mm-hmm, yeah. Catches for the year at 52.5. Last year,
he
had 52.
Okay.
But again, that's I'd have to go back and look at what he had minus.
Sure.
Minus, so it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So minus 11, so that's 41. He had 41
through
catches during the season.
During the regular season.
I'll go over. I'll go over here.
I'll say under. No, I won't. I'll say over. I really wanted to say under there, but I can't.
Mm-hmm. All right. That one nice and easy. Offensive lineman to start a game, 7.5.
Whew. That's a weird question.
Yeah. I'm going under.
Brennan Innes is a captain. I understand that, but Innes is like he's still going to be the slot guy. Like you take out a Emeka Egbuka, you put in Brennan Innes. I just feel like the catches that are going to go to the slot are the catches that are going to go to the slot. Last year's number was 9. I'm gonna go over here. I think I'm gonna go over.
Okay. All right, our first difference here. Finally. Starting quarterback passing yards. 3,813.5 yards for the season.
All right. Now, Kyle, I probably don't even have to ask you. You've been doing it all show. Last year.
I am looking. I'm trying to look real quick.
Okay,
here.
In the future, I'll just ask you so you have a minute to look it up.
All right, let's see. Last year, Will Howard had 4,010 yards, and then Julian Stain had 84 yards. But I guess he wasn't the starting. He wasn't the starting.
But that 4,010 was through 16 games.
That was through 16 games. Okay. So
I'm going to go over. I'm also going to, for what it's worth, I'm going to interpret this as being whoever starts the game. So it doesn't have to be a single quarterback. You start the game, you're the starter, you get the stats for that game. So this is kind of not injury proof, but injury resistant.
2,860 yards by Will Howard last year through 12 games.
Dang, you got that many during the playoffs?
311 yards, 319 yards, 289 yards, 231 yards.
I think he said 2,800.
Yeah.
Did you not?
I said 2,860 yards.
Yeah.
So 1,000 yards less than what? Almost 1,000 yards less than what Austin is saying here. Yeah, I'm going to go under. I'll go under. That seems like a lot.
If Saiyan hits his full potential this year, and I'm not even saying like game 1, but if he really hits his full potential, and not to mention, like, I know, and this is going to be a scary sentence to say out loud, but Jeremiah Smith is now playing as a second-year player.
Yeah. Crazy. Will Howard averaged that's the big 238 yards a game.
That's supposed to be the big leap season. Second year as a starter is supposed to be like where you take the biggest leap as a player.
Mm. But I mean,
there are scarier than that year 3 Jeremiah Smith. Again, normal rules don't necessarily apply to JJ, but theoretically, college players as a whole, you take your biggest leap in your second year. Now, again, normal rules maybe don't apply to him. If Saiyan can hit guys in stride for extra yak, he can hit the over. Yeah.
But we've seen in the past, though, Jared, where second year isn't as good as their first year. Like, first thing that comes to my mind is J.K. Dobbins. Stellar first year. Second year, not as stellar, but then came back in year 3. And was a big improvement from his second year. Hopefully that's not the case, but it has happened in the past.
We are actually more talented at pass catcher this year somehow. Well, JJ's in his second year. Carnell Tate is in his second year as a starter. And we got a massive pass catching upgrade at tight end. That's how.
Mm-hmm.
You lose a Mecca. I mean, in all due respect to Ennis, who I think is going to be great this year, not Ennis as far as experience at the very least is concerned.
Yeah.
But you upgraded at 3 out of 4 positions as far as your regular pass catchers go.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next one here is Bo Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Jackson touches. So touches in general, rushing, receiving. 31 and a half.
Returning? Not that I think he's going to get
I don't think Bo's going to do that. 31 and a half.
Not returning. I'm gonna say over simply because if either of the quote unquote normal starters, the top 2 guys, get hurt, he'll hit this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll hit over just because, again, the likelihood that one of the 2 starting running backs misses a few games this season is, relatively high.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take over.
Last year, since we considered if Bo Jackson is considered running back 3, last year Ohio State's running back 3, which was James Peoples, had 49 touches in the year.
There you go. And
I'm sorry, 50. If you can count one reception, 50.
Was that through 12?
I don't know.
That's fine. You don't have to look it up. But that was with no serious time loss from either Henderson or Quinshawn. So.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I do have the number. It's 43.
Okay. I'm going to go over on this one. 3
Yeah,
touches
I'm
per
gonna go
game
over
hits
as
the
well.
over.
Yep.
I think the thing about, of course, the potential, like, turd in the punch bowl on this one is if they try to only get him to use up 4 games through the first 12 games to preserve a red shirt. That's kind of the danger on this one.
Yeah.
I don't think they will, for the record.
All right, I think that's a good spot to go ahead and take our first ad break, Jared.
Mm-hmm.
So we are the Buckeye SloopCast. Hit us on over. I love there. TheSloopCast.com is our page where you can find anything and everything SloopCast related. There you can find our Patreon page, patreon.thesloopcast.com, YouTube page, our merch store, the Spotify link, and our Discord. Discord.thesloopcast.com, where you can go to hang out with Jared and I, and hang out with all of your lovely Buckeye fanatics, including these Sloopcats down here in the chat. Feel free to, again, visit thesloopcast.com to find these links and much, much more. So we'll take that first ad break and be right back.
All right, Kyle, what's next?
All right. Next up here, Jared, we have Ohio State team offensive turnovers at 10.5.
Offensive turnovers at pretty, I mean, that's less than 1 per game. With a freshman, well, not freshman, but first-year quarterback, he's going to throw a few picks during the early go.
I don't know through 12 games, but for the duration of the 24-25 season, Ohio State had 15 turnovers.
It's less than 1 per game, and this would be... To hit the over on this, you would also need 1 less than 1 per game.
He threw 10 picks. Oh, 8 picks? I'm going to guess 8 picks through 12 games.
Yeah,
Howard was over.
Howard was a 5th-year quarterback. We have a 2nd-year quarterback with 0 experience.
Yep. My thoughts exactly. You got a really young quarterback. You got some talented but still inexperienced running backs.
Well, Donaldson's experienced, but Peoples is not. And depending upon if Bo Jackson gets in, he's a true freshman. First-year starter, and James Peoples are more likely to cough the ball up.
And you don't have Trevion Henderson, who's just does not turn the ball over at all. So you don't have that kind of player as well too. So I'll go with over.
Yep.
You going over as well, Jerry?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Brandon Ennis. Receiving yards for the regular season 12 games at 655 and a half.
What did Emeka have last year? Spikes, I gotta think that the bubble. I know I'm talking to Spikes to buy you some time. The bubble screen meta has to be dead by now, right? The bubble screen meta has to be dead. Spike says 743 yards. Take a few off because you have a freshman quarterback. Take a few off because, Emeka was a 5th-year player and Ennis is in his first year starting, although plenty experienced. He's not fair to just call him a first year starter.
Micah had through 12 games, 743 yards.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to go under. I'll go under.
Man, it's just you have a first year starting quarterback, and that is such a wild card. Just based off of the wild card of the unknownness at quarterback, I will go under as well.
Yeah.
He's going to be wide ass open in the slot. You aren't wrong.
There's somebody else who's going to be wide ass open in the middle too. Who's a lot bigger target. First saying.
Yodi indeed.
Yodi indeed. All right. We both went under?
Yes.
All right. Caleb Downs. Talk about the defense here. Caleb Downs. Interceptions, forced fumbles, fumble recovers, and deflections. Set at 7.5.
I'll take over. I'm just taking that over. I'm just hitting the over on that, and I'm hitting it hard.
Surprised to tell you, Jared, he had through the first 12 games, Caleb only had one interception.
Okay.
In the regular season. Right. Let's see. If this is correct, it says 3 pass deflections during the regular season.
Okay.
No forced fumbles, no fumble recoveries. So
I'm still
going off of last year, that's 3.
I'm still hitting the over on this.
I'm still hitting the over as well.
Yeah.
I'm still hitting the over. All right. Jeremiah Smith. Finally talking about Jeremiah after, what? This is like the 10th or 11th one here? Jeremiah Smith. Total over. Whatever it is, over. This is these spikes. Jeremiah Smith. Total touchdowns. Over under at 18.5. He gets over 18.5. I know there's already Heisman talks already, but man, if he has over 18.5, he's a Heisman finalist.
He had 11 through 12 games last year, says Spikes. God, 18.5. Yeah, he'd have to get 19 touchdowns through 12 games. How isn't it's actually insane? I'm actually even thinking about this. I'm gonna say under.
I mean, that's Devonta Smith Heisman right there. Type of season.
Because listen, there's 4 other, well, 3 other starting pass catchers on this team that can also score touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not even talking about the backup crew, who is also insanely talented. But Jared, we play Grambling State, which just means that the starters, including Jeremiah Smith, probably aren't going to play much in the second half. They have an insanely talented backup crew of wide receivers.
As much as a lot of people want to say over, that's a lot.
That's
too much. I'm going to go under.
It's on. Yeah, I'm going under.
I think the numbers like 13.5. I would say 13.5, 14.5.
Through 12 games, I'd be tempted. I'd be tempted at like 14.5, 15.5. 18.5 is just crazy. But the thing is, though, is that it's possible. Just not likely. It
definitely is.
It's just not likely.
It definitely is. All right. Team sacks for Ohio State.
Under.
At 28.5.
Under.
Last year, Ohio State had 53 sacks. And no, I don't know how many it is through 12.
A ton of the 35 through 12 games. Spikes is on it.
Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah, no. There were a ton. There were tons in the playoffs. Here's the thing. Because here's the thing. In the Big Ten, no one tries to pass. No one tries to like sit in the pocket against Ohio State. No one even tries it anymore. This is why the sack numbers are always so bad. Then you get into the playoffs, and a bunch of these teams are like, nah, we can sit in the pocket against Ohio State. We're Texas. We're Tennessee. We're from the SEC. We're Oregon. We beat the brakes off of them during the regular season. We can sit in the pocket. We can do it. And then Ohio State starts racking up sacks. No one even lets Ohio State try to get sacks, and this has been true since the Bosa Young era. They are 2 steps and the ball's out. This has been the meta within the Big Ten against Ohio State since, like I said, the Bosa Young era at Ohio State. Under.
$28.5 just sounds so low.
I understand.
Just sounds so low.
You'd have to get a little bit over 2 per game.
Mm-hmm. I'll go over. I'll go over here. I don't think it's much more than 28.5, but yeah, I'm going to say over. I'm trying to find. I trust that Z Spike's number is right there, but God, that's a huge difference.
No, they racked up a ton of sacks in the postseason.
So 4 games, and they had 18 sacks in 4 games.
I'm telling you.
Someone let fire under their asses.
Yeah, it was Michigan. I hate to break it to you.
All right, next up, C.J. Donaldson, rushing attempts at 95.5.
I'm gonna go under.
Yeah, I'll go under as well.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if I can quickly pull up
Judkin and Henderson.
Judkins
through 12.
Henderson had a lot. Henderson had a lot of carries. Overall, he had 144 carries.
Yeah.
And oh damn, okay, never mind. Judkins had a lot more than Henderson. Never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm still going to go under.
Yes, but I would like to point out through 12. And you're looking at 16.
All right, Ohio State passing yards against per game at 182.5. So defense allowing 182.5 yards per game.
Through the air.
Through the air.
I'll go under on that. The secondary somehow got better.
Well, here's another thing. Look at who Ohio State's going to be playing, and the quarterbacks that they're going to be playing against. Is there?
That's in the NFL
really,
Spikes.
Is there anybody that is really worth fearing in the air that Ohio State has to go up against?
In the regular season?
In the regular season.
Texas.
Okay, there's Texas.
There was a period after that, not a comma.
Mm-hmm. And then there's Penn State.
No. Listen, we might lose against Penn State, but I do not fear them through the air.
but let's play devil's advocate. Ohio State goes up big, and then they have to throw the ball more too. Yeah, you're right. I'm going.
There was a period after I said Texas, and they put a period after it. That was not a comma. That was not a line break. That was me saying Texas and putting a period after it.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to quickly pull up why I had that little pause here. To get through 16 games.
Sure.
And actually, it's worse.
It's an average.
It's actually a lot better during the regular season. Even with Oregon throwing it for 299 yards, Texas for 283 yards, Notre Dame for 255 yards. Through 16 games, Ohio State let up 167 in the air.
Yeah. And that was including getting lit up by Oregon early in the season.
Yeah.
So you get lit up by Texas, you still have...
through the regular season, 144 in a quarter.
Crazy. Yeah, I'm happy with my underpick there.
Yep. All right. Max Clare.
Yes, on card, maybe.
Max Clare catches that are not touchdowns. 27.5.
God, I'm so tempted just to say over, but like, how many receptions are there to go around? Like, there's only so many plays. Oh, sure, Donaldson will get 100 carries this year, and yeah, of course, Jackson will get 32 carries this year, and of course, Cardinal Tate's going to get 55 catches, and blah, blah, blah. But how many touches are there actually to go around?
Max Clare last year had 51 receptions and 4 touchdowns. Again, granted,
Purdue.
Not
a lot of touchdown opportunities in West Lafayette last year.
Mm-hmm.
But he also was like the focus of their offense.
Yeah. I'll go over. I'll go over just mainly. I'm going to stick with my
I'll go under.
Theme of young. You're going under?
I think so. There's so many touches to
there's so many touches around, but maybe early on, you got a big target, you got a young quarterback. Tight ends are usually their best friend there, so I'll go over. I'll go over.
How many snaps are there for an offense? With the new clock rules, I think Ohio State maybe had like 70 a game last year. Sun Card also said 70. There are less snaps now than there were a few years ago because of the new clock rules. There's only 70 touches per game for an offense. Then, there's going to be incomplete, not touches, snaps. Then there's going to be some incomplete passes in there. There's going to be, random catches by players who we aren't counting. There's only so many touches to go around. There's going to be some quarterback runs, some quarterback sacks.
In the 2024 season, Ohio State averaged 63.9 offensive plays per game, which was 18th in the country.
Just saying, there's only so many snaps to go around.
Sure. All right, so I went over, Jared went under on Max catches that are not touchdowns at 27.5. We'll do one more.
It's a good number for the record. It's a close one.
We'll do one more real quick here. So, Jermaine Matthews, interceptions at 3.5.
Interceptions are very hard to predict.
They are.
I think most of your interceptions are probably going to come from safeties this year.
Yeah, I'll go under.
I'll go under.
Ohio State.
Like 4 interceptions is a lot, especially if you're projected to be a very good defense who, again, you want to talk about just there's not that many snaps to go around. If you're playing really well as a defense, there's not that many snaps to go around. This is why I went under on Sonny in the tackle predictions.
I mean, there was only through the 16 games, I'll say it only had 10 interceptions on defense.
Yeah. I don't expect some huge increase this year.
All right. We'll take a quick ad break and we'll finish up with the rest of our season-long over-unders. TheSloopCast.com, again, your go-to link for anything and everything SloopCast related. Check out 7071.thesloopcast.com where you can find some merchandise that's not podcast related, but more Ohio-based themed ones. A lot of city-based shirts that Jared has created. Some historical themes to it. Some cool designs there that Jared's taken the time to create. One of my favorites is the just the block of I'm not going to say block O, but the block of OHIO together spelling Ohio in it. Really simple and cool shirt. There's some actually really other cool ones too. Like there's a Youngstown Mafia, the some in other cities there like Toledo, Cleveland, Cincinnati. A lot of really cool ones over at 7071.thesloopcast.com. So we'll go ahead and take our second ad break and get right back to it.
All right. I'm betting Day wants to mute the reliance on Max until the playoffs. I don't know if you can play games like that when you got a first-year starting quarterback, to be honest. Block 15th letter. Okay, Kyle, what's next?
All right, next up here is tackles by the starting defensive tackles at 66.5. Seems like a lot for defensive tackles.
Especially since I don't feel like we're expecting a lot. Like that'd be 33 for each plus one.
Well, Tyleek had 40.
That's Tyleek.
Tyleek had 46 tackles through 16 games.
Yeah.
I'll go under.
I'm gonna go under. He said the Spike says the combo had 72 through 12 last year. This would have hit over last year.
Wow.
They will rotate more this year. Probably not a defensive tackle, to be honest. Unless there's some, I mean, you almost kind of have to because it's defensive tackle, but they're not nearly as deep at defensive tackle this year as they were last year. What you might see some this year, and what Tyleek was really good at, was playing on passing downs, and you might see more tackles pulled during passing downs next year, or this upcoming year. Because I think Tyleek was a good pass rusher at defensive tackle, and Houston probably will be, but they have a lot of pass rushers, so they're probably going to look to get as many of them on the field as possible.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up here is Ohio State sacks given up at 12.5.
One per game, but you have a freshman quarterback.
Arguably a better offensive line.
I don't know how arguable it is. to be honest. I think it's just a better offensive line. I'm going to go over. Just freshman quarter. No, he's not a freshman, but he's first-year starting quarterback. I keep calling him a freshman.
Yeah. I'm going to go over as well.
He's not even a redshirt freshman. He's a sophomore, right? It's saying redshirt. I don't even know. It doesn't matter. He's a second-year quarterback who's going to be here for this year and next year. I feel pretty confident saying that. So it kind of doesn't matter. That's why I don't know. I think he's at Ohio State for the next 2 years regardless. Were you both under on the D tackles? Yes. Yes, we were.
Yes.
And we were both over on sacks given up.
Yep.
Kyle's also taking
Right.
spikes in case you want to just cross-check to be sure.
Quincy Porter catches for the season.
Mm-hmm.
11 and a half. So a catch per game by Quincy Porter.
I'm gonna there's God. I'm gonna say over. But man, there's really only so many catches to go around. But 12 seems attainable. Problem is that I almost see more of these coming, like almost in the playoffs.
Yeah. I'll go over. I'll
Yeah.
actually go over on this one as well too. Just looking at the schedule here, is there opportunities for these younger players to get in here? Look at the schedule: Grambling, Ohio, Minnesota, Purdue, UCLA, Rutgers. A lot of opportunities for Quincy to get his touches in here. So yeah.
Problem is,
I'll do 11 and a half.
Those out of control games are more likely to help Bo Jackson hit his over than they are for Quincy Porter to get his.
Fair.
That's
fair. But we did go over for Bo Jackson touches as well.
Yeah, as Spike says, we tend not to throw much when the backups go in. Yeah.
Players with a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
12 and a half.
So I'm interpreting this as literally anyone. Offense, defense, special teams, total team. This is how I'm interpreting this question. Austin had to leave, so he's not here to say otherwise. So that's how we're doing this. Ryan Day might have one. 3 separate running backs, 3 separate tight ends, 5 separate wide receivers. So what?
Last year was 11.
11, just including
Players with a touchdown.
Including Caleb Downs on the punt return, total. Including, Jack Sawyer was in the playoffs. That didn't happen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So Jack Sawyer gets a touchdown, but he didn't because it wasn't in the first 12 games. So for the sake of this.
Okay, so that's 12. There's 13. There's 14. So 14 players.
Yeah. I'm going to go over on this. It's a good number.
Yeah, I'll go over as well. Right, Ohio State final CFP ratings after the conference championship game, 5.5. So you're projecting them to win the Big Ten or not to win the Big Ten.
Do the new rules go into effect this year? Or is it next year?
I'm pretty sure it's. I know where you're going, Jared. I'm pretty sure it's 2026.
So 1 through 4 are conference champions. Period. That is still the rule for this upcoming season. Yes. That's my understanding. It's not until it's not until the 2026 season. I forget. Or conference champions seeded 1, 2, 3, and 4 for this season. Anyone in chat know?
I'm trying to look real quick. I believe it's
We're out of ad breaks, Spice.
We are out of ad break. It's the same from what I'm seeing.
Okay, it's the same this year. Let's just go with that.
All right.
So the question is almost, because there's still the 5th spot. So you could be the first non-conference champ. You could be the highest ranked non-conference champion. So say Oregon wins the conference, you could still be the 5th team. I'm going to go over.
Well, no, I'm sorry.
No?
As of 2025, I found it from NCAA.com here. The teams ranked 1 through 4 will also be seeded 1 through 4.
Okay, then I switch my answer and I will now go under.
Yeah, I'm going under. Yeah, convenient time, Kyle.
Wait till after Jared answers. Can you imagine if you tried to hardball me and not let me switch it? What does vamp mean? Vamp is when you I don't it's when you just try and fill time with noise. Like they'll do it on stage a lot if something like is going wrong on stage, or maybe the lead singer is maybe doing a speech, he's talking about something, and the band will just sort of keep playing the same few seconds of the song over and over again just to sort of provide background. That's what vamping is. But why that word? I don't know the etymology of it.
The new policy guarantees the 5 highest ranked conference champions a place in the playoff, but will no longer include a bye for the 4 highest ranked champions.
Okay.
The 12-team bracket will now be seeded directly based on the final rankings, with the 4 highest ranking teams receiving the first round bye.
Don't you put your asterisks on me. Do I look like Jim Harbaugh to you?
All right.
Next question, Kyle.
Reese impact plays for the regular season. Tackle for losses, sack, pass breakups, fumble recoveries, and interceptions. 10.5.
Tackle for loss, sack, pass breakup, forced fumble recovery, and interceptions. The TFLs will carry him over on this. So I'm going to go over.
Yeah, I'll go over. I'll go over as well.
If
you
not,
can't look at last year. You can't look at last year's stats.
No.
Any kind of stats at all from him, just because of the amount of playing time he had. Right. So yeah, I'll go. I think the linebackers this year are going to eat. They're going to eat this year.
If TFLs
the most that we've probably seen in many years at Ohio State.
Cody Simon had 8.5 TFLs. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to do what Cody Simon did. He's not nearly as experienced as Cody Simon, although might be more athletic. But yeah, if not for the TFLs, I'd have gone under here. But TFLs should carry the day.
Well, he had almost half of that just last year with the limited time that he played.
Yeah.
Iggy. Iggy pass interference or holding penalties at 5.5. Really, Austin? 24.5. He has here it's 5.5.
Over.
Love you, Iggy, but it's over.
Yeah. That's it. That's the tweet. Ohio State players to win postseason national awards.
I'm sorry, I had to look at how many penalties Iggy had last year. He had 12 pass interference and 3 holdings.
Austin is being nice with that number. Like you were ripping Austin for including that, and maybe it's still wrong to include that, but that number is very, very nice.
And I love Iggy. I love Iggy.
Ohio State players win postseason national awards this year. So number 1.5. So does anyone other than J.J. Smith win a national award this year? Caleb Downs.
So here. Oh, okay. Postseason national awards. That's so tough.
I think he's specifically talking about trophies. I don't think he's talking about All-Americans. I think he's talking, the Remington, the Outland, the...
Correct. It is.
We're going to say no, Slenders. We're going to say no, All-American does not count.
Yeah. It is so tough.
Sometimes it's political, and sometimes it's... So, yeah, I'm going to say under.
I'll say under as well. Ohio State games with over 200 rushing yards in a game, and set that at 4.5 games.
Oh God! So like Grambling, how many cupcakes are on the schedule this year?
I think I named them earlier. So Grambling State, Ohio, maybe you consider Washington. Maybe you consider Washington.
Washington's not a cupcake. No.
Minnesota.
No. Kyle. Cupcake. Lower the bar. Cupcake.
Grambling State, Ohio, Purdue, UCLA, Rutgers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't know if Rutgers is cupcake, although UCLA probably is. I'll go over on this.
Yeah, I'm thinking over. I'm thinking over as well. Finally, your yearly special bonus. Games we give about the whole state of those cheaters up north.
The cheaters up north. The cheater up north team.
Yes, the cheater up north team.
Yeah. Don't think about that too hard.
And it is under.
It is under. It is in fact under.
It is our one given point every year.
Yes. Dams we give for the cheating up north team. Kyle, were you over or under on Quincy Porter?
Over.
Yeah, we were both over. All right, Kyle, that's the show.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Kyle's Corner. What's in it? Anything?
Actually, I did have one quick thing here. I think we mentioned it real brief in a previous episode. Ohio State is changing or revamping, or I forget the exact term that they use of their
enhanced tradition.
Enhanced tradition. That's what it was.
Such corpo talk. But please go ahead.
So they're also ringing the victory bell at the beginning of the during the pregame. That's what it is. During the pregame, they are ringing the victory bell, and rightfully so. The first person to ring the victory bell during the pregame is none other than the only two-time Heisman-winning player, the great number 45 Archie Griffin.
Nice. Over under on the games until the official song is changed. 3.5. People are. I don't know. I feel like whatever they were gonna pick, people were gonna hyper scrutinize. I like the camp song. I like camp. I like the song they chose from camp. I feel like people are hating on it just because it's changed and because it's different. I like the song. I already like the band. So maybe I'm biased. I don't know, but like
thoughts, Jared.
Yeah.
Thoughts of Sonny Styles receiving the Blocko.
We literally talked about it last week.
Yeah.
I asked you the question, who gets the Blocko, and you're not allowed to say Sonny Styles because we all know it's going to be Sonny Styles. It's literally what I asked you last week.
Yeah. And then the captains, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, Sarah Veld, Austin, and Brandon Ennis.
Yeah.
No issues for me there, and I'm happy that it's like 4 and not like 7 or 8.
Yeah, it always bothered me when Meyer watered down the captainship.
Yeah. And last thing here, Jared, your thoughts real quick. Big Ten exploring, expanding to 24 or 28 teams.
Were they exploring it, or were they just throwing it out there? Like floating it. I feel like sometimes they throw something out there just so people can get pissed off and they can go, "Oops, sorry, we were just talking." It's dumb. Obviously, it's dumb. It's very clearly dumb. No one wants that. Go away. Stop talking. No one wants a playoff that big.
Yeah.
All right. Just have an NIT of 16 teams. That would be rad. Have a secondary bracket. Does the 28-team playoff mean a 12-team playoff over here and an 18-team playoff over here? I don't know if 18 makes a good bracket or not, but sure, like make an NIT. I'm all for that. And as both Suncard and Spikes have 12 and 16. Sure. Both Spikes and Suncard have pointed out in the past, take the bowl games. If we really, really love the bowl games, if that is a thing people are married to, they love the tradition of bowl games existing, here's what you do. Move them to the last week of August. You are guaranteed to have 1 or 2 weeks. Do week 0 and week 1 so we can spread it out a little bit. You get Labor Day weekend. We're just moving it from New Year's Day to Labor Day. Your New Year's Day bowls are now your Labor Day bowls. And you get the best 2 weeks of college because now you get these amazing matchups. You now get these amazing matchups, and they'll actually matter. If you care about saving the bowl games, I quite frankly leave them on the side of the road. I don't give a shit. But if you're married to it, move them to last week of August, first week of September. Make it week 0 and week 1. Save the bowl games. Or don't. I don't care. But let's stop pretending like they matter in their current form. Except for the ones that got shoehorned into the playoffs. And even then, do we even care about them as bowl games? Or it was just like, oh, the playoff game against Oregon? Which bowl game was it? Kyle, do you remember? Quick, which bowl game was that? The playoff game against Oregon.
It was the Cheetos Bowl.
Cheetos?
The Flamin' Hot Cheetos Bowl.
You've ruined my point. No one gives a shit. Takis. The Takis Bowl. You've ruined the bowl games by just making them playoff games because no one gives a shit about them being bowls. They're just playoff games at that point. The playoff games have no meaning anymore because of the playoffs. And they were always just... Everyone, even before the playoffs, everyone hated the bowl games because the bowl games were impeding our ability to get a playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
If you care about saving the bowl games, and I'm not saying I do, But if you care about saving bowl games, make them week 0 and week 1. Now they matter. Now the Rose Bowl against, and by the way, let's just change the Rose Bowl. We're changing the Rose Bowl. It's now the best SEC team and the best Big Ten team. And now we're getting that shit week 1? Oh, wait a minute. We're already getting that.
All right. Let's go ahead and wrap it up here, Jared.
Oops. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the show. Tonight's, would it be at the bowl sites? Unfortunately, yes. That's kind of, you can't have the Rose Bowl not at the Rose Bowl, except for, of course, when they did that. But we don't talk about 2020. Yeah. All right. That's it. That's the end of the show. You see, that is the problem with this Uncard. You're moving those games to neutral sites, and you know how I feel about neutral site college football games. Not a fan. And which is why I say let the Bulls die. Just let them die. But if you do care about saving them, but let them die. All right. Tonight's ending music. Let's go with Kyle is a good rant. You're not wrong, but it was good podcasting. You aren't wrong, but it was good podcasting, and you cannot say otherwise. All right. Let's go with Second Story Anthem. Second Story Anthem is the name of tonight's band. So with all that being said, I'd like to encourage everyone to drink local beer, listen to local music, and of course, Sports Look podcasters. Once again, this is Second Story Anthem.